Good day, everyone. You are welcome again to your lovely program, Banking Helpdesk, on your station of choice, GVTV. Thanks for joining us. Today, we promise to conclude our discussions on reactivation of account with account involving a deceased principal signatory. Having discussed reactivation generally and reactivation of account involving a principal signatory on lesser accounts, today we want to discuss reactivation with a deceased as principal signatories, but on a corporate account. Now, as we are still on these topics, we want to ask ourselves, who is a principal signatory in a corporate setting? A principal signatory in a corporate setting is the one chosen according to his position in the creation of articles and memorandum of association governing the affairs of the company, to act in that capacity. And before we go on, we want to give you just examples of corporate bodies. And the list is as follows. We can say a firm of partnership. A firm of partnership. It could be a firm of accountants, lawyers, trustees, and so on and so forth. That is, they are higher in number than sole proprietorship. The second one is limited companies. Limited companies are companies registered as limited, but with their shares not quoted on the floor of the Nigeria Stock Exchange. That is, their shares are privately shared among the directors. It could be a husband, wife, and his children. It could be a family business. So, it's not quoted on the floor of the exchange to allow for external funds to come in as a result of sales of shares. The next one is public limited liability company. Public limited liability companies is a sharp contrast when compared with limited companies. This one allows for sales of shares on the floor of the exchange, thereby members of the public are invited to bring in their funds through sales of shares. And this means a public limited liability company allows for external ownership. One. Number two, you have more capitals flowing into the company from members of the public to allow for ease of operation by having more funds to play with. The next one is public operations. Public operations are business outfits owned by government. No, they don't declare their profit generally, that is the general public, but they make profit because they collect money from the public. They don't sell shares on the floor of the exchange, but according to the law creating them, they collect money from the public because they render service. For example, water corporation, electricity bodies, LSDPC, and so on like that. Another one is government parastatals. Government parastatals are not the same with public corporation. They can collect money, but they don't make profit. They can penalize, and some of them don't even collect money. They operate within themselves. But we have some of them who, according to their creation, they collect money. You have LASMA. Yeah. You have LASMA. You have the VIO. Good example of government parastatals. You have the road safety. Yeah. They are not expected to publish their account for public comments, or they charge, they penalize, and they collect money. We have registered NGOs, registered non-governmental organizations. They also is a kind of corporate body. They are not expected to disclose their statement of accounts to the public, like some of these setups operating as corporate bodies. We have religious bodies, churches, and mosques. By law, all the above are separate legal entities from their owners or promoters. Separate legal entities from their owners and promoters. Now note, unlike individuals, sole proprietorship, unregistered business persons / groups, corporate bodies are blessed with many departments, rich in specialists, versatile, and sound in various fields like accounts department, legal departments, PRO, corporate / legal department. Unlike individuals and sole proprietorship, corporate departments have corporate bodies have different departments, blessed with specialists. They have barristers, they have PROs, that is public relation department. They have legal / corporate units and account departments. Any of these departments can be designated to act on banking matters. It depends on their internal arrangements. To act in consonance with requirements needed for accounts under review. When the banking matter arises, it depends on how they have organized their bodies and they have organized their system. You might think an account department is going to act upon it, while something falls under the purview of legal department or PRO or corporate / legal units. It depends on their internal arrangement. Now, reference must be made to the articles a memorandum of association of the companies. Reference must be made. That is, when you talk of issue of accounts, not only accounts within the company, that is, when bank accounts, that the running of bank accounts, when you talk about it, we have memorandum and articles of associations. These are drafted set of rules and regulations for matters within the company, including how the affairs must be held and must be conducted. So we have this in corporate settings. And all these things are attesting to the fact that a corporate body is a separate legal entity from the owners. Now, the case of banking matters, that is where we have the death of principal signatory. Don't forget, this company is registered and we have the list of directors. But it doesn't follow that a director will be the one signing on the bank accounts. No. I have executive directors and non-executive directors. So, proper documentations for reactivation will be handled in partnership with the competent and relevant bank officials, e.g., the relationship or account officers of the company, till the process is logically concluded. Unlike other settings where you go to the bank with documents and waiting to be attended to, corporate bodies have their relationship managers and relationship officers. In most cases, they bring what it takes for account reactivation to the customer's office. What it takes to activate an account. They bring that to the customer's office. The only thing that could take the signatories to the bank is nothing but the BVN, because the machine is configured to the system in the office, and I don't think it can be disconnected to have them brought to the customer's office where they can really work. But you still have some privileged customers where you have the bank system installed within their premises. So if the bank system is installed within their premises, they can as well bring BVM materials or gadgets into that place and fully attend to the customers within their premises. So proper documentations having been done by the officials of the companies, the bank officials will come to collect them and take them to the office for adoption. So the bank officials feel safe while the companies too feel safe. So when we have the reactivation, we mentioned that it doesn't follow that a singular person should be the principal signatory. It's either you have a substitute principal signatory who, according to your internal arrangement, will be on ground. A resolution can be made that while the signing principal signatory is much around, he will not sign. The substitute will not sign. But in case of death or physical incapacitation, a resolution can come or can go to the bank authorizing the man to automatically step in as a substantive signatory A, that is principal signatory. Another way out is that for the man to be continually involved in the banking activity, we can designate him with how? With what? And is check confirmation function. That is, so he is going to feature as a signatory in the bank's signature card, but might not be signing, but can be confirming. All these things are additional securities. Can be confirming the checks issued by the companies. So here and then, it will be featuring in the operations of the account. And any day the unexpected happens, it steps automatically. Any day, the man who constantly signs is not strong enough to do that, and the person, the substitute principal signatory signs, the bank will be used to it. So we are saying this to make sure that additional security is built into the operations of the account. So if you are now reactivating a corporate account based on the death of a principal signatory, I take that again. Proper documentations for activation will be handled in partnership with the competent and relevant bank officials, e.g., the relationship or account officers of the company, till the process is logically concluded. In some cases, it could be accounts department, like I mentioned the other time, legal department, corporate department, etc., that will handle the process on the side of the business outfit. However, requirements like KYC documents, passport photograph, and BVN cannot be bypassed, not at all, to bring back the account to active status. All the documents will be submitted and must be submitted. Let us assume in the case of individuals, I will submit my documents to the bank. So the corporate body is another individual. Because of what? It's a creation of the law. So it cannot be bypassed. And if the KYC gadgets, if the BVN gadgets cannot be installed in the office, then the directors or the signatories will come to the bank. The point is, they are going to be treated as privileged member of the society. They will not go to the bank to join the queue or line up. They will come and be attended to instantly and be discharged to go back to their various offices. That is, in all these situations, the most secured process of activating an account by restating the status of a principal signatory in case of a deceased person is through corporate account. With all these things we have said, it means before somebody will wake up to deny that he or she was never aware of account activation, it's a case of impossibility. It's a case of impossibility. So that is all you need to know about reactivation of accounts belonging to a partnership, belonging to a church, a mosque, limited companies, private limited companies, public limited liability companies, public corporation, government parastatals, registered NGO. All these are examples of body corporate. So unlike the sole proprietorship and mere joint accounts, the way of reactivating their own accounts is just too secure. So we hope you have taken all you need to know concerning account reactivation when it involves a principal signatory. Till we come your way next time, we pray God bless you, and the station is still GVTV, so that keep watching us and keep learning. Bye for now.